Hello. Today I will be discussing the many medicinal benefits of the psychoactive brew known as ayahuasca and how it can be used to help treat people suffering from PTSD, depression, addiction, and alcoholism. But first, a little background information on ayahuasca for those who aren't familiar. Ayahuasca is, like I said earlier, a very powerful psychoactive root made out of several different ingredients that can be found in the Amazon rainforest, the most important of which being the Psychotria viridis leaf, as seen here, the green part of the concoction here, and the Bansteropsis capi, which is the stem, the brown stem in the middle. And the green leaves are what contain the psychoactive ingredient dimethyltryptamine, or DMT, which is renowned as the most psychoactive substance in existence. However, DMT, when ingested, is very easily broken down by the enzymes in the stomach, which is why the stems here are added to this brew, because it contains the MAOI inhibitor called beta-carboline, which attaches itself to the enzymes in your stomach that break down DMT, so that DMT can be fully absorbed into the bloodstream and processed by the brain, which is what is known as in the scientific community as tripping balls. So why is tripping balls so important? It's because important enough to require a $10 million grant. Well, it's because of ayahuasca's repeated use in treating people suffering from PTSD, depression, and addiction. Because of this effect, there are these places such as this one here. Go to their site. The Holistic Sanctuary, which uses the method that I've laid out to treat people, as you can see right here. I'll read straight from their website. The Holistic Sanctuary is an exclusive holistic medical spa that cures PTSD, depression, addiction, alcoholism, and more. Within 8 years, we have evolved our system and taken healing to a whole new level. We are now globally known as pioneers of the treatment and cure for most mental health, spiritual, and physical issues. We treat the whole person by healing the mind, body, and soul. So obviously places like this are working, but the problem is, if we go back to the problem is with the resorts like these, is that they are incredibly expensive and unavailable to those who really need them most, as most people suffering from these afflictions do not have the resources to get this kind of treatment. So our plan with the $10 million is to bring these resorts to America and administer the same level of care as seen at these resorts to the regular people, to A, see if these techniques have any scientific merit, and B, do more research on ayahuasca to make it easier, safer, and more useful for those who need it. Go back to the slide here. Now, the three main obstacles standing in the way of this goal is first and foremost the price of getting these ingredients, as one night of ayahuasca treatment can cost from $300 to $1,000, and that's just for one person who will likely undergo several treatments, not to mention the price of the facility and trained professionals like therapists, researchers, and doctors that will oversee the treatment and research. Now, the grant of $10 million will do nicely to overcome these issues, but there is still the legal issue to deal with, as DMT is currently a Schedule I substance. We will need the proper legal permission in order to conduct this research, which can be extremely difficult and time-consuming, and not to mention expensive. Another issue is the social stigma surrounding psychedelic drugs and research, as this will make it difficult to recruit the people necessary for this type of project. But if we can overcome these obstacles and our research yields positive results, then we can expand our operations and start to change the way people think about these substances. And hopefully, through these efforts, more and more people will come to realize that the great potential that these substances have to change people's lives, and that more research will be done in order to maximize these benefits. Because these substances aren't designed to help people by targeting specific areas in the brain that deal with trauma addiction, ayahuasca is not some sort of anti-addiction agent or stress reliever. Ayahuasca works by, as stated earlier, treating the whole person, mind, body, and soul, to which Western, more scientific mind can come off as a bunch of bullshit, which is understandable and honestly how I felt until I started to do my own research into these substances. But once you see for yourself what these substances have to offer, regardless of whether it's like ancient alien spirits talking to you through dimensions of time and space, or simply hallucinations inside your own head, the takeaway from these experiences is still equally profound and should be accessible and safe to anyone who would like to do so. Thank you.